Christian, and oh God, he is fine. Also, it's just the chocolate and the men. It's me. I love me a chocolate. Okay, stay focused. Stay focused. All right, here we are. Final season of Insecure, episode 2. And again, we're unofficially sponsored by Pretty Little Things. That is my loungewear that I have on. This is super cute too. But anywho, let's stay focused. Tonight's episode was much better than the first episode, I must say. The problem I had with this episode, and I hope that we won't see this in episodes to come, is this episode felt very rushed to me. I felt like everything was rushed. I feel like they were on each scene, storyline for like 2 seconds. I blinked and they were on to something else. I didn't like it. That was irritating me because I was getting anxious, if that makes sense. But this was a better episode than the first one. It's only 2. This one would be much better than the first one. Okay. It's a year later, which we all kind of knew that it was going. Fast forward so we can get it, because again, Condola is pregnant, and you know that still has to fit in the story. All right. I love that Issa Rae highlights African Americans. Sis had on a Tell Feezy baby. Oh, okay, stay focused. And I was like, yes, that's what I'm saying. And also, her company, The Block, it's she only wants it to be, she wants it to look a certain way, and she wants it to look like something that I would want to go to, and she don't want to white it out. She says that, or if she don't, I'm saying that, but she don't want to white it out, and I can appreciate that, because a lot of the times African Americans get in positions where they can change things, and what happens is you get to an event that's supposed to be for us, and it don't look like it's for us. So with Issa, her character is like, no, everything needs to look like us. So then we talk about us. It's hard to work with us. Us is hard to work with, because in the situation that she was put in tonight, even though it ended great for everyone, it was still like he could have had a conversation with her and compromise. And because I understood what he was saying about he couldn't be boxed in as an artist, but as a professional, he put her in a tight position, because if it would have went the other way, and I feel like us as fans watching, we all was prepared for it to go the wrong way, because usually the things that happen with Issa ends up turning bad, even though when her intentions are well, you know, we that's what we was expecting. I 1,000% understood her texting Nathan. And I knew that they were going to hook up. That's what I thought was going to happen, because she had a hell of a night. And at the end of this night, I just need to let it off on somebody. And we also know that it was a year later. So, yeah. All right, so now she talked about her night. He's ready to go. She's so brave, and that's what I love about her character, is because her character is so brave. She's clumsy, she's everywhere, but she's brave. Her character is brave, because I can't just be like, hey, don't leave. I just go to doing something corny, something silly, just to, you know, whatever. All right, so when she said that, I got that, but I also, the writers have to be like Black women, because this is what happens. When your heart is somewhere else, no matter who you with, how he looking, oh, God knows Nathan is fine. And baby, I am Team Lawrence. But when it's Nathan, it's Nathan. It's a hard pick, so I don't want to see both of them at the same time. Let me just see one. Okay, stay focused. Stay focused, Lysandra. Stay focused. You're here, and I'm guessing that she hasn't had sex with regular person with a person in the last year since she had sex with Lawrence. But with her night being so long and with her heart being somewhere else, I get it. I have cried before in acts that I thought that I wanted. Him leaving, I didn't feel like it was awkward. I feel like when we see them again, it's going to go back to normal. That's the end of that part. Let's go to the next part. Issa Rae and Molly. Most of the time watching the show, being a fan, I always felt like I related to Issa, because I'm so corny, and I be doing that corny stuff. I be talking to myself in the mirror sometimes, but I'm saying not a lot of times, and I don't be making them no raps because I ain't that coordinated. But I just relate to her overall. This season, and also this season in my life, I relate more to Molly, and I'm really like, what had happened? Because y'all know I was Team Issa to the end. Molly really had irritated me. But because this is how I know the women, black women, is on the writing team of this show, I understand this because me and my friend had went through a situation where it felt like we wasn't going to be friends again. And now we're the best of friends and we're both in different places. So it's working for us, if that makes sense. And I see me being more as Molly because I'm all for the meditating and I'm all for the change and embracing it. And I'm also taking accountability that not a lot of the times that things were going wrong, that I was the person being wrong. A lot of the times I was the person that was wrong. So and like Molly, she's acknowledging and recognizing that sometimes she was the problem and also embracing change. Like we have this thing like I only date tall men. And the twist is your soulmate could be a man that's short. And so I can appreciate her. I'm liking this Molly, and I'm appreciating that their friendship is so real that Issa isn't talking to the old Molly either, and vice versa. And that's what's working for them. Because her name, before, they was talking at each other and not to each other. Molly mother is the funniest. Like, I felt like that part was really funny because I'm there. Ma, I need you to do X, Y, and Z because although I'm not planning my mother's death, and I'm sure that's what Molly is saying also, it's still, we have to be prepared. And in preparation, there's things that we have to do, and we have to have these tough conversations. God knows I don't want you to die, but this is the circle of life, so we have to do what we have to do. I don't relate. Look, where I don't relate is my mother pushing me off to hurry up and get married. Of course, I'm not having no more kids. Not to my knowledge, I ain't having no more kids. But pushing me off and trying to hook me up. Even though me and my mother had an intimate conversation and she did mention the ex, and that was really strange to me. Let's stay focused on the show, though. All right, so that was funny, and I get it that she feels pressure, and even though she feel like she's ready to date Molly, that is, it's still that pressure because we all want to be happy. Now, when Issa Rae was on The Breakfast Club and she talked about the timing of each episode, and she said when we pitched the show to HBO, that was what we pitched for it to be this long. So the first episode of this season was longer. I didn't feel like it was longer, but the first episode compared to the second episode felt rushed. The first episode did not feel as rushed as this second episode did. It was really rushed. Like, I feel like they was rushing us. But she said in the season finale, the series finale will also be a little longer. I felt like the filter on the show tonight was dark. Cause was it me or did everybody look like a Twix? I love Twix. I ain't saying it in a bad way. I just felt like everybody just seemed like they were a little darker. So Issa know what she doing, and she doing it right. So, I'd be excited to see scenes for next week episode. And this week, that little part, that little segment didn't give what it was supposed to give. It was short. We just know next week that they're going to talk about Lawrence, and y'all know I love me some Lawrence. So I am excited for that. What I really like about what's going on the show right now is the friendship. I'm liking to see that them back together. It's giving first season vibes slightly, but better. It's giving first season friendship vibes, but in HD, if that makes sense. I was to rate this one. She's bringing it back. I would give this episode a solid 8.5. And what did not make it a 9 is because it felt rushed. Keep this conversation going in the comments. You can find me there. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe, because I told y'all I'm going to be back every Sunday. And that's on what? A Coney dog with no onions.